Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome back to another trio, this time, of World of Tanks replays. And in this one, we're going to take a look at some Tier 8 medium tanks. Tier 8, as a tier, kind of gets really rather dubious matchmaking at the moment, finding themselves as a bunch in Tier 10 matches an awful lot of the time. And then when you look at the medium tanks, you're often left thinking, well, why would I want to drive this? It's kind of like a Tier 8 heavy tank, but worse. Which is a little bit of a shame. There are exceptions. There's always an exception to every rule, but as a general guide, Tier 8 medium tanks are not in the best place at the moment. With that in mind, I thought we'd kick off with a game from me. This is in the Panther 2 Tier 8 German medium tank. This is, even among Tier 8 medium tanks, not a particularly well regarded machine, although I'm gonna have to be honest, when I ground through this I kinda liked it. Or, let me rephrase, I had fun. I mean, pretty much everything about the tank is bad apart from the gun. Even the gun leaves something to be desired, but all the same. Hello, Mr. Artillery Piece. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Artillery Piece. I mean, and if you look at the gun, it's basically the same, or very similar to the British 20-pounder. But then you look at the rest of the tank, and the armour's not great. It's a big tank. It's heavy. Takes a while to actually, get anywhere. And of course, we don't penetrate a T34 with 223mm penetration. But never mind. Anyway, we're here on Fiery Salient. It's a Tier 9 match, so middle of the road matchmaking. Could be better, could be worse. 357. So we are one of the 5, obviously. And, well, we're just going to try and prod a little bit of buttock. Now, this is quite a nice map to have in your light and medium tanks. You've got a bit of space to manoeuvre. And in a tank like the Panther 2 that's really optimised for longer range engagements, you have got the positions where you can get those longer range engagements, which is nice. Running optics, coated optics on mine, and I've got a female crew in it, not because I particularly wanted a female crew in the Panther 2, but because these ladies are eventually, I had wanted those ladies to be in the E50 or the E50M, depending on how I find those two tanks, because they look like they were awesome, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to train up a female tank crew. This is actually the second bunch of females that I trained up in this game. Sorry? Yeah. Sorry, bunch of ladies, my apologies. They are females, get over it. Female crew members, there we go. And you have to make that distinction because, of course, the ladies are reward crews, but never mind. Let's not get into gender equality here. So, managed to sneak a shot into the weak spot on that VK4502B. Which is actually a larger weak spot than a lot of people think it is, but there's that. And you see, I shouldn't have mentioned gender because now Loki is just going off on one. I should have just kept my trap shut like a good little male, and everything would have been fine. And now I'm getting a terrible look. I managed to sneak a second shot there into that VK, put it through his kind of side. And all the while here, I'm being rewarded with some assistance damage, which is nice. E50, yeah, we'll put one into him. Yes, yes, thank you for that. Sorry, yes, ladies and gentlefish, of course. And we bounced that one, and we're just trying to put shots in on these people. And I mean, this is an 88mm gun. Guns of around about this caliber with 240 alpha. You can see that when you're shooting Tier 9 and 10 tanks, 240 alpha doesn't feel like a lot. Heck, even against a lot of Tier 8s, doesn't feel like a huge amount. So you do have to put in quite a few shots in order to build up a respectable amount of damage. Spotting some people again, trying a shot on the T35 too as I back off, managed to make it. And looking to see if I can get some shots on the E50 or the AMX over there as we do so, and some more assistance damage, although someone appears to want us dead. So, whilst we've only done just about 950 damage ourselves here, we have got over 2,000 assistance damage just by proxy spotting, well, just by spotting. Mainly these guys up on the hill, although also some other fellows as well. So, actually this game, from our perspective, isn't going too badly, and from the team's perspective, it's 7-3, so it's going pretty darn well. We're trying to make ourselves as useful as we can. I'm slightly surprised that we've managed to do this without the standard tank destroyers camping back at A9 and A0. Instead, we've had artillery lending some good support, so shout out to all 3 artillery players on our team. And we've also had people putting some shots in from down around about where that Tiger, Black Prince and Tier 9 Waffle Thrower are, which has also been very useful. Hello Mr. E50, remember me? Oh, someone's using an automatic fire extinguisher. Hoo-hoo, only 1 tick of fire damage there. And we sling a shot at a building to try and remove some of his cover. Yeah, we get spotted, big surprise. Now we haven't actually taken any damage thus far, which is nice. Seeing if we can line up another shot on that E50. There we go. And he is dead, which is nice. AMX 65T, that's by all accounts a pretty terrible tank, although I haven't had the misfortune of playing it yet. I'm still unlocking it via the Tier 7, which is a pretty painful experience, I'm not going to lie. And we're just going to move on to the hill and again try and spot some people. The T34 is down there. Ooh, we've been spotted, we need to be careful here, and we eat a shot from a Stridsvagn. Pretty sure he's probably up on the hill still, so that's something worth bearing in mind. So let's not try that again. AMX has been taken down. Let's see if we can spot the T43. Oh, there goes the Tiger 1. See if we can spot the T43 and do something about him. The VK has dropped down, so we might be able to kill this guy, which would be nice. Hello. Goodbye. And that just leaves the artillery, the Stridsvagn, and this T43. So if this T43 shoots me like that, it's going to reveal his location, and then I'm going to somehow miss him with my super accurate gun, which is kind of annoying, but never mind. Let's take out some of his cover so that people will be able to work this guy over. I'm getting assistance damage for this as well from spotting this fellow, so it's all good as far as I'm concerned. And he is dead. Just the Stridsvagn left now, up on the hill here, see if we can spot the guy. And I'm loading a HE round because we can't penetrate this guy frontally with any of our ammunition. Well, unless we pick out the weak spot, and the HE will go through the weak spot. But HE will at least splash on him, and although he has very well angled armour, his armour is not particularly thick. So, we've been spotted. Seeing if we can spot him. He's probably in a bush somewhere, or maybe he's dropped down. No, there he is. Wow, we had to get close to that guy. Put a shot in, trying to see if we could take out the tracks as well, and oh, okay, he just got deleted. And that's the match. Right, let's go and see what the results were from this one then. That wasn't the most spectacular game in the world, but it was still good enough to get us another ace tanker in the Panther 2, along with the spotter ribbons, fire for effect, and bruiser. Only 1,691 actual damage done, 1 kill, 1,196 base experience, and for that to be an ace, that kind of tells you the sort of requirements required for an ace in the Panther 2. Spoiler alert, they're not very high. 17 shots fired, 10 hits, 8 pens for that damage count, and kind of an even split about damage dealt at short and long range. 3 hits, 3 pens, as in we received. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 5 damaged, 1 destroyed, but that's where we got a lot of our experience, that 3,723 assistance damage. And also, of course, a lot of the time we were damaging higher tier tanks. I mean, if we have a look, VK, E50, Stridsvagn, that's their 3 tier 9s, damaged all of them. Then we've got the FV, which is tier 8, and the 2 tier 7s, the T43 and the T25/2. So we were running a premium account at the time for a 33,500 credit profit and a reasonable amount of experience in a basically 8-minute match. So I thought we'd just kick off with that game. Nothing too spectacular, but you know, a little bit of Panther 2 for you. We're now going to move on to a couple of tanks, one of which is definitely underwhelming, one of which is arguably less underwhelming. But both still tier 8 medium tanks. Our second 2 replays in this video then are both going to be courtesy of the Acunian Gamer. And in this first of those 2 games, he is in the woeful Chinese tier 8 medium, the T34 He's using the 100mm gun, and I say that because for all this tank's faults, it does at least get a choice of terrible guns to use. You can use this gun, or you can use the big boomstick, the 122, and just accept that you're never going to hit anything in a month of Sundays. But the Acunian Gamer is using the 100mm, which is the same gun that I opted to use when I was grinding through this god-awful piece of trash. So, what makes this tank so bad? Well, here's the thing. If you play this with the 100mm gun, you're basically playing a bad T34. You get a little bit of turret armour, although arguably that's not such an advantage as it once was, given that the T34, its armour buffed. You get hideous soft stats on the gun. I mean, look how big the aiming reticule there was for the Acunian Gamer. And it's just hideous. Oh no, Gamer, you should have still been aiming. You could have got a shot on the... Oh, well, you get a shot on the T34-85 anyway. And the armour's pretty woeful. Basically, with the 100mm gun, it's a bad T44. With the 122mm gun, it's like a T34-3, except the T34-3 got buffed, so that it's better. And has limited matchmaking. Yeah. The only good thing about this tank is its size. It is and the mobility's decent, but nothing too special for a medium tank. I mean, look at that aiming time. My God. Anyway, this tank is terrible, is the point I'm getting at. But at least the Acunian Gamer here is top tier. This is a tier 8 match, and he's managed to pick up his first kill on a very incautious T34-85M. He's here on the Paris map, and oh, okay, there's a Stalitsvang. And a TD has decided he wants to get into a close range fight with a medium tank, which doesn't really seem like a particularly good idea. It's not as if he can't have known that the Acunian Gamer was here, and, well, I mean, that was only really going to end one way, let's be honest. That was weird. The guy's got 2 marks of excellence, so you'd think he's not an idiot, but, I mean, that was just a terrible idea. I don't really know why he thought that was going to work, but whatever, never mind. There's Gamer's second kill. Let's not complain too much. And wow, that was lucky. Not aimed in the slightest, still hits, kills the target. There's kill number 3. It's always nice to have a little bit of luck. Now this position's interesting, I must admit, here on Paris. I've not really used this position myself. I don't really know quite what I'm doing on Paris a lot of the time, I'll be honest. Oh, he's been spotted. Move, Gamer, move! There we go. You don't want to get shot by that tiger, it's not worth it. Oh, there goes the light tank. Yeah, I've not really had the balls to rush into this position myself. Maybe I should try it at some point and see what happens. There's a nice shot into artillery. Can Gamer finish him off? Come on! Or is that artillery moved? Nope. I mean, sure, someone just shot you. I mean, why would you want to move? It's, I mean, never mind. Hello, Mr. Tiger, how are you? There we go, you can have a shot as well. So this 100mm gun is packing 250 alpha damage, pretty much par for the course for a gun of this caliber. 181 penetration, which is bad. Now, back in the good old days... Good old days? Well, back in the old days, at least. 180 odd penetration was not unusual for a tier 8 medium tank. But now, not so much. I mean, this is a really interesting engagement, and this is typical of the sort of problem tier 8 medium tanks have. He's engaging a tier 7 heavy. That Tiger has roughly the same alpha damage, has more penetration, has better accuracy, has the same aim time, has better DPM, and has more hit points. You can kind of see a problem here, even though Gamer is a tier higher. Now, this is where Acunian Gamer's T34-2 actually has a little bit of armour. He is hull down, and the turret does have a little bit of armour. Oh, that Tiger's flubbed that. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Tiger. There's kill number 5, by the way, in case you weren't counting. Oh, okay, there's an ISU 122S. And he just bounced. That's quite funny. No, don't let him ram you. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, do let him ram you. There's a Top Gun. Lorraine 40T and a T29 over there. And we know there's a Panther M10 and a T34 85M as well around somewhere. Panther M10 was last spotted on the other side of the field. There goes the Lorraine. And T34-85 is over with the T29, so Gamer's just going to go and get stuck in. Let's speed this along a little bit. Oh, hello, Mr. Panther. Oh, no, bounce on the Panther. Panther, whoa, okay, this could actually be bad. Panther keeps bouncing on Gamer, but the Panther shooting at Gamer's turret, which is about the only bit of his tank with some armour. There we go. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but whatever. The Panther finally manages to put a shell in. He's been firing APCR this whole time, of course. I mean, that was bad play from the Panther. If he'd have kept his distance and just put shots into Acunian's hull, he'd have killed him in a couple of shots. And taken like 1, maybe 2 shots in return. But no, he completely messed that up. And that was hideous. So we'll just speed this along a little bit. It's only the T34 who's remaining, and he is dead, and that is the match. So let's go and have a look at the post-game stats for Acunian's T34-2. So that was enough for an ace tanker for the Acunian gamer, along with his first mark of excellence in the tank: Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, and Top Gun medals, which is a pretty nice rundown overall. Finished top of his team with 4,325 damage done, 6 kills, 1,287 base experience, and yeah, honestly, he was the only player on either team to have an even vaguely noteworthy game. Hence his team won, I guess. 23 shots fired, 19 hits, 18 pens for that damage count. 1,878, so under half from a distance of more than 300 metres. Most of that damage was from pretty up close and personal. 12 hits received, 5 penned, 7 didn't. You can't expect that to be the case all the time, but hey, if tier 7 tanks are just going to shoot your turret, then yeah, you're going to get some bounces. 1,080 damage blocked by his armour, 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 damage, 6 destroyed, 465 assistance damage, and just over a kilometre travelled. Most of that time, Gamer was working that one position. Which is not a criticism at all. And yes, he did get a little bit lucky in that game, but you know what? Often you need a bit of luck in order to have a reasonable result, especially when the tank you're playing is a turd, like this. So with a premium account, that was enough for a roughly 37,500 credit profit. Even without a premium account, that would have been an 18,000 credit profit. So very, very nice there for the Acunian gamer. One more replay to show you, also courtesy of Mr. Gamer here. Here we go then with the third game, and I have an apology to make. I know I said this third game was also going to be from the Acunian gamer, but that's because I had a massive brain fart. He did send me a T34 game, which is the tank we're going to have a look at here. But unfortunately the T34 replay he sent me is rather on the buggy side. So I can't really use it, I'm afraid. But instead, we're going to have a T34 from Dampney, and it's actually interesting to kind of compare the two games. The T34 received a bit of a buff along with the T44 a couple of patches back now, and this game is played, if memory serves, shortly after that patch, that buff occurred, which meant that despite the fact that I think in this game Dampney, ta-da, receives higher base experience than Gamer does in his T34 game. Well, we'll get to that at the end actually. There is a difference in result. So the T34 this is a tier 8 Soviet Premier medium tank. Ooh, there's a couple of nice shots in. And it's better than the T34-2 that we saw in the previous game, although let's be honest, most things are. Now the hull armour on this tank is nothing to get too excited about. Turret armour's fairly decent. The gun is, well, 250 damage, 190 pen is still not fantastic, but it does get much better accuracy and soft stats than the T34 that we saw in the previous game, so there is that. But aside from that, it's a pretty generic tier 8 medium tank, if I'm going to be brutally honest. It doesn't really excel at longer ranges, sure, but other than that, there's nothing massively wrong with the tank. You have to really flank with it. Even if you decide to double tap 2 and throw some APCR out there. Oh, you get more than I thought actually. 247 penetration with the APCR on this thing actually, I take it back. I thought you got less on this for some reason. I'm just being a bit special, I guess. But ideally, you do want to be flanking in this tank. It is sort of a medium tanker's medium tank, if that makes sense. Definitely benefits from flanking, getting stuck in and whatnot. The gun is not the most accurate gun in the game, you get the idea. So just working over this T44 my god, it's a 110 chip, come on. Oh, defender, good luck. Whoa, he actually penetrated. Wow. Starlinium didn't hold up. Wonders never cease. Sneaks another one into the rear portion of the 110 there, and that 110 is done. Up to just shy of 1300 damage so far, which is pretty nice going. One there, oh yes, into the Lerva, and that's a critical hit as well. See if we can put another one into this defender. Well, it didn't actually look like it was going to hit, but it does, so fair enough. That's 1748 damage. Can we pick up the kill on the Lerva? Yes, Dampney can. There we go. IS-6 now. Lots and lots. I mean, this is just a shooting gallery. Farm these guys for all the hit points they're worth. Emil. I should point out, by the way, this is Redshire, of course, and Dampney is top tier. So there is that. And at this particular moment in time, he's not doing anything too fancy. He's just farming all the bad guys for all their health. He's burned down to 20 rounds of armor piercing, going to have a punt at that WZ, is successful in his punting, and puts a shot into the guy. Another one, not quite, bit of a shame. The on-the-move accuracy on this tank is pretty good, but it's not quite good enough there to land a shot onto the WZ. Deciding to flank around this Chinese heavy tank, oh, does take a hit for it unfortunately. And could arguably have aimed that shot a little bit better because the WZ does get some frontal armour, but is able to reflank the WZ using the hill to accelerate him round, and Dampney really has gone for this guy. It's probably more aggressive than I'd have been. I'm not saying Dampney's wrong to be this aggressive, I'm just saying it's probably more aggressive than I'd have been, and the T34 Mod 1 actually manages to pick up the kill with a little ram there, which is entertains me, put it that way. So there's only, what, 5 of the enemy team left at this point, and so Dampney's going to see how many of them he can mop up. Lots of guys away in the distance, but there's also that artillery that is currently unaccounted for. So hopefully Dampney's going to be able to do something about him. Although it looks like he's hooking round to deal with the FCM, which is fair enough. There's more hit points available on things like the FCM and the Centurion than on the artillery, although someone has spotted out the artillery anyway, which is always nice. Coming around the flank of this FCM, Dampney is not one to mess around. Found out that the Centurion is using the stock gun there, 140 alpha damage. Personally, I wouldn't have rammed the FCM, that thing weighs 50 tons. And Dampney's tank does not. So, yeah, I don't think ramming was necessarily the best choice there. Although, having said that, this is just clean-up. It's not as if Dampney is going to make best use of his remaining hit points. Puts a shot there into the Centurion, and there's another one. And the guy is almost done at this point. There's only the 4 of them left. Oh, unfortunately that shot misses. Dampney only has 9 rounds of AP left. Artillery lands a hit there. Dampney doesn't bother using the med pack. He's just coming around. He's going to be able to get a shot on this guy at point blank range anyway. The stun shouldn't really make a difference. There we go. And, oh, who's going to pick up the kill? Dampney leaves him on 6 health. Wow, how is that WZ not reloaded by now? Anyway, he's dead. Just the ML1 and the IS-6. Just the IS-6 then, remaining. ML1 has gone down, and Dampney's just going to go for it. Always fun watching Dampney play. He doesn't tend to be too passive. I mean, to be fair, he did snipe at some people earlier on, but the opportunity presented itself. The rest of him the time though, he's just been running around, executing people like that. And there we go. That is the match. Didn't exactly take too long. So, let's go and have a look at the post-game stats for this one. So there we go. That game was actually only enough for Dampney's first class in the T34 100, and that's what I was talking about earlier on. I think this game actually ended up having higher base XP than the Acunian Gamers match, but this was only enough for first class and not an ace. Go figure. So, first class mastery, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, Confederate, High Caliber, and a Tank Sniper medal, which is a very nice assortment of awards to get. 4,625 damage done, 4 kills, 1,409 base experience, 30 shots fired, 26 hits, 21 pens for that damage count. Most of it was from fairly close range, although it's close to an even split. 6 hits received, half penned, half didn't. A little bit of damage blocked by his armour. 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 of them destroyed. 355 assistance damage, over 2.5 kilometres travelled. And even with a standard account, that was a 65,000 credit profit. It is a tier 8 premium tank at the end of the day. Not too bad for a, 6-minute match. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed that trio of games in Tier 8 medium tanks. If you did, by all means feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel. If you wish to send me your own replays, upload them to whatreplays.com or a similar site and send me the link in a PM on YouTube. And either way, I hope to catch you in another video. Ciao ciao.